Dear participants, in today's session, we will discuss about different free and open source utilities for smartphone fingerprinting. One of the key area in cybersecurity, in protection, in IoT world, in web scenarios. Nowadays, almost everybody they are having mobile phones, whether it is from Apple or Android based. Most of our work, whether it is academic or corporate level or in general social communication or social network, we use some particular devices. Everybody is having Android phone or iPhone, and many times we use some particular apps from where the problems related to data leakage, data broadcasting occurs. You might have seen in very frequent way, very frequently we go through different news articles, different news reports that some data is leaked out from your mobile phone, from your mobile device. UPI transaction is committed. You have not transferred anything, still your net banking is used by somebody else, your UPI app. Because what happens on same mobile device, on same gadget, we work on our official applications, academic applications. On same mobile, we use some apps like bidding betting apps. Nowadays you might have seen that lots of bidding and betting apps are available, gambling apps, Dream 11, My 11 Circle, fantasy games. Okay, and these are few names, but thousands of platforms available nowadays. You might have seen specifically youngsters, school and college going students, they are very much passionate about these apps. Okay, in 50 rupees, in 100 rupees we can create a team, and they simply expect that they will win this much amount. But many times some particular gambling, betting or fantasy apps are having some particular suspicious traffic. So in this session we will cover that particular part. One point I want to make here very clear, that we are not against any platform. We are not saying that this particular platform is involved in data leakage. In general, we are discussing. And if we are specifying some names of apps, these are only for example. These are only for demonstration, only for as an example. Okay. If we are discussing about some particular app like My 11 Circle or Dream 11 or Fan Light, it doesn't mean that these apps are insecure or secured. Okay, because during this session we have to make use of some particular apps, we have to name some particular apps, but it is for disclaimer that we are not against any particular platform. It is just for example. Okay, so you might have seen that school going children, youngsters, college going students, they create team of IPL, they create team during some particular cricket tournament. On same mobile phone, they are using such bidding apps, betting apps. On same mobile, you are using Paytm, net banking. On same mobile, you are having apps related to your mutual fund portfolio. On same device, you are using Zerodha Grow for stock market, stock trading. So what we are doing on common device, we are playing, we are using enormous apps of different applications. But we should be very, very careful, because many times such apps are involved in data leakage. Okay. So we will discuss about that part, by which way we can analyze, we can go for fingerprinting of any Android app. whatever app we have installed in our phone, for example, Phone Pay, Google Pay, or we are using Paytm, or even Grow or Upstocks for mutual funds for stock trading. Each and every app is having some particular specialty, some particular permissions. You might have seen when we install some app, they ask for some permissions, storage permission, and audio, speaker, webcam, screenshots, whether these should be allowed or not. So, what is our major concern? Our major concern is that before installation of any app, we should go for its fingerprinting. Android app fingerprinting, that is covered under reverse engineering. So we will discuss about this segment, what is meaning of reverse engineering and how to apply reverse engineering or decompilation on Android app. You might have seen that even if some particular apps are debarred, some apps are banned by law enforcement agencies, still these apps are available on third-party platforms. Okay, so I'm showing you some platforms from where youngsters, school-going children, college-going students, they install some apps from third-party platform. For example, TikTok. Okay, at certain time you might have seen that TikTok was banned in India, and so many other apps, PUBG. At particular time, it was disclosed that these apps are not secured, so PUBG was removed at certain timestamp. TikTok was also removed. It doesn't mean that these apps are not available anywhere. If we can't install any app via Play Store, generally we use Google Play Store. We download and install apps from Play Store. But if some particular app is objectionable, it is banned by law enforcement agencies, even then these apps are available on third-party platforms. You can see that APK Pure, APK Mirror, and thousands of platforms available here, and students download those apps from these portals. Okay, for example, in India, certain apps are not allowed, but those apps will be available here. And what people do, what students do, or what those people do who are very much passionate about earning easy money. Okay, earning easy money means Dream 11, simply invest 50 rupees or 100 rupees, and we wait for 1 crore rupees. We wait for 1 lakh rupees, or at least 500 rupees, so that recovery of our 50 rupees or 100 rupees can be done. So from third party platforms, these apps can be installed, but it may be very dangerous. So you can see that if I'm scanning, if I'm downloading, if I'm searching for Paytm, you can see that so many variants of Paytm available. If I want to search for Google Pay, so many variants of Google Pay available. On APK Mirror, on APK Pure, all apps are available from throughout the world, which are banned by law enforcement agencies in certain country. Okay, you can also download and install, and generally people download these apps just for playing games, just for social communication, for personal communications. So what we will do now, we will see by which way we can fingerprint a particular mobile app about its vulnerability, how to go for audit of these apps. Okay, for example, I want to download, I want to check whether Paytm is secured or not, whether Dream 11 that is secured or not, My 11 Circle. whether it is involved in data leakage or not. Okay, so first of all, we have to download its APK file. Okay, with every Android app, APK file is associated. What is APK file? Android package. In case of Windows, if we want to install some software, we take exe file, executable file, or we take MSI file. You might have seen whenever we install some software in Windows, we use either MSI or bat file for execution or exe. If we want to install something in Linux, there are certain extensions, we go for that. If we want to install some app in our mobile phone, we have to download and install APK file. And these APK files are publicly available on multiple platforms, on multiple portals. If we want to upload a particular app on Google Play Store, in that case also we have to give APK file to Google Play Store so that they can check whether there is malware or not, whether it is involved in some data leakage activities or not. You might have seen when we install, when we search some app from Google Play Store, in some apps there are certain instructions, certain titles like Google Play Protect. So if some particular app is associated with Google Play Protect mechanism, in that case it is fine. But with every app, it is not written that it is Google Play Protect based. How to go for fingerprinting? By which way we can analyze a specific app, whether it is secured or not. So very soon we will start the demonstration part. I will take some APK files and we will execute some tools. But before execution of any tool, first of all, we should be clear about the concept. We will discuss about the concept by which way APK file execute it run in a mobile phone. If I want to check whether some particular APK is secured or not, for example, in my system, I have downloaded some APK files. This is dream11.apk file, Opera Mini APK file, Nova Cache Club, Zoom Cloud Meeting. Okay, so certain APK files I have already downloaded from internet for demonstration. You can see this is dream11.apk. So if I want to install any app in my mobile phone, there are two ways. One way is that I will search that app in Google Play Store and I will be able to install. So you can see, for example, I want to download some app, I want to install some app. Everybody is aware about it. So very quickly, I'm covering that part. Two ways to install app, and after that we will go for fingerprinting. Okay, in apps and Dream11. So you can see this is one way. I will simply click here. If I'm using mobile phone, I will click and in my mobile, this app will be installed. For example, some app is not available on Google Play Store. It is banned. It is not allowed by law enforcement agencies. Obviously, in that case, that app will not be available on Google Play Store. For example, that app we have downloaded from alternate source. We have downloaded here dream11.apk. It is already available on APK Pure, APK Mirror, and so many repositories. Thousands of repositories available where apps are available. So I can download it. This is APK file. Now I want to check whether this APK file is secured or not. whether it is involved in data leakage or not. Opera Mini web browser. I want to verify, I want to fingerprint this app. What is meaning of fingerprinting? Detailed audit, multi-dimensional audit of any app. Now these two, I want to see whether it is secured or not. To to perform fingerprinting of any app or audit of any app, there is a technique known as app decompilation. It is also known as reverse engineering. In every domain, reverse engineering can be done. Okay, it is implemented in almost every domain, whether it is mechanical, electrical, civil, computer science, IT, manufacturing. In every domain, there are two ways of engineering, two types of engineering. One is forward engineering or classical engineering, second is reverse engineering. Reverse engineering means from final output, from final executable, we want to generate code. That is reverse engineering. What is forward engineering? Classical engineering. In software development life cycle, you might have studied there is problem statement, feasibility study, then design, coding, testing, maintenance. So from problem statement, we go for flow charting, we go for designing some diagrams. After that, we go for coding, then we compile it. Forward compilation. It means from source code, we want to generate object code. That is classical engineering, classical software engineering. What is reverse engineering? For example, I am having one particular software. For example, this dream11.apk. This is executable file. This apk can be installed in any mobile phone. This apk can be installed in any mobile. For example, you have downloaded one software from internet. It is in exe format or msi format or java class file. I want to generate java code from class file. I want to generate java code from bytecode. This is known as reverse engineering. From apk file, I want to take its java code because Android apps are developed in Java. Base programming language of Android apps is Java. Other programming languages are also used Kotlin, JavaScript, Node.js also, but classically Java is used. So if I am able to generate Java code from this APK and we are aware with Java programming, then we can easily check by syntax, by some statements, by some SQL queries that it is secured or not. In same way, for example, this APK file, Zoom Cloud Meeting, I want to see whether it is safe or not to be installed in my mobile. So I will have to decompile it. This is known as decompilation or reverse engineering, and fingerprinting is done via reverse engineering. Okay, and in reverse engineering, again, there are two types: partial reverse engineering, partial decompilation, or full decompilation. What is partial decompilation? From this particular code, from this executable APK file of Android, from this APK file, I want to generate source code, but it will be partial. Partial code means to some extent. For example, I want to see for which devices it is compatible, for which resolution it is compatible, how many permissions are there. That is concerned with partial decompilation. It means 20 to 30% code I want to generate, and by analyzing that 20-30% code, I can guess, we can go for speculation that this app is secured or not. partial decompilation, we will be able to generate XML code and classical files. Another segment, that is full decompilation. In full decompilation, complete source code is generated. It means whatever source code is written by the programmers of Dream 11 or My 11 Circle or Zoom Cloud Meeting, whatever code is written by development team, exact 100% code you will be able to fetch using full decompilation. And with full decompilation, many dangerous implementations are done or can be implemented. You might have seen that many times clone of apps are available, cloning of apps. One is Paytm. If you will go for APK Pure, APK Mirror, you will see hundreds of variants related to Paytm. So many variants. So cloning can be done. So cyber criminals, they go for cloning of apps by downloading complete source code, by taking complete source code, changing its script and again compiling. And after recompilation, it will give you a new variant of that particular app. So you can see that this is I have searched Paytm. So many variants of Paytm. You can see that Paytm Money, two variants, Paytm for business, Paytm Money, Paytm for business, Paytm for business. So which is actual Paytm? If I want to use some app and it is not available on Google Play Store, then obviously I will go for alternate sources. This is alternate source, but it is very confusing. Paytm for business, two variants, so many variants of one app. So which is actual Paytm, which is original Paytm? In same way, if you will go for Phone Pay, Google Pay, or any other app, even net banking apps, multiple clones will be available. So we have to decompile these apps. We have to go for reverse engineering. Reverse engineering means we will be able to generate complete backend code. In complete backend code, we get DEX file. So you can see that this is DEX file, Dalvik executable file, DVM, Dalvik virtual machine. What is Dalvik virtual machine, Dalvik executable? If we relate it with Java, then what happens? If some participants are already comfortable with Java or they have at least heard about of Java programming, you might have seen that when we create Java code, when we compile it, we get bytecode. Okay, that particular code gets executed on Java Virtual Machine, JVM. Okay, jar files, class files, bytecode. These are executed on Java Virtual Machine. You might have seen around 15 years back, 15 to 20 years back, when simple traditional mobile phones were there, then we were using Java based phones. Initially, mobile phones were Java enabled, JVM based. Okay, if you will go for the architecture of Nokia 3310, Nokia 3315 or Samsung older version, those mobile phones were Java based. Even very first smartphone, very first mobile phone that was launched by Reliance in early 2000, that was also Java phone. And in that particular phone, whatever apps we were running, those were jar files. So if we want to execute something on Java based phone, then we need Java virtual machine in that mobile phone. But nowadays we are not having that particular type of phone. We are having Android phone. In Android we have Dalvik virtual machine. In Android we work with Dalvik executable. With every APK file, DEX is associated. So we can convert DEX file from this APK. Okay, so we will see by which way we can work on that particular segment. So now we will see how to decompile a particular app, by which way we can generate its DEX code using free and open source utilities, and how to go for fingerprinting. So we will start with this. So it is just for example, it is not for any other application. It is just for example. Opera Mini, Dream 11, any other app also you can download from internet. Okay, for example, I want to download Paytm for business. We can download it and we can go for our experiments. Okay, now this is APK file. I want to generate its DEX file, DEX code. So very first demonstration I am showing you without using any third-party software, with only classical operating system utilities, we will use decompilation. So first of all, I am creating its copy. It's a separate copy I am creating. Now this is dream11.apk. One point we should be clear that each and every APK file is a zip file, compressed folder. So what I am doing, see this very carefully. I will delete this APK extension and I will write here zip. I'm not using any software. I'm not using any third-party utility. Simply I'm renaming this app from APK to zip, because every APK file is a compressed folder. Enter. Now it is in zip format. If something is in zip format, so you can see this is zip. If we are having this zip file, obviously it can be extracted, it can be decompressed. Okay, right click, extract to Dream 11. So you can see that with simple compression and decompression utility, we are trying to decompile one app for fingerprinting. Now you can see that this Dream 11 folder is created. So what we have done, from dream11.apk we have generated dream11.zip by simply renaming, and after extraction of this we have Dream 11 folder. Now I am inside this folder. So you can see that I am able to access its source code. This is the source code and directory structure of Dream 11. These are DEX files, Dalvik executable files. This is Android manifest file. With every Android app, Android manifest file is associated, related to its properties. So I will open this file in Notepad++. Right click, edit with Notepad++. So in between this particular file, we will be able to navigate the code. So many other files available. So this is JIT version, Firebase properties. So these files we can access in Notepad. So we can check for its different properties, for which version it is compatible. Is resource, for which resolutions, for which mobile resolutions it is compatible. So HDPI V17. So this is fingerprinting. This is known as audit. So we are able to generate its XML code, we are able to generate its backend script, but it is a partial decompilation. This is known as partial decompilation because up to now we are not able to see any Java code. I want to check in which way programming is done in this app, which type of code, which type of script is written by the programmer in this app, so that we can check whether it is secured or not. Okay, so assets. So in assets, this is JSON file. Or in notepad we can open. So this one. Now this is partial decompilation. Partial decompilation means we are having access to XML files and basic properties. I want to see permissions. To install this app, which permissions are required? Okay, we want to see different permissions. Many times you might have seen that some permissions are automatically enabled as soon as we install a particular app in our mobile phone. Now I want to check each and everything. I want to check each and every script related to this app or any app, whether it is Google Pay, Paytm, or Zerodha, or whatever it is. So we will see that part. This is partial decompilation, and in partial decompilation, we are having access to certain features. So I'm deleting this folder because in partial decompilation, we are not having access to complete script. Now we will go for a particular utility associated with decompilation. Android AAPT. Free utility for fingerprinting of Android app. Completely free and open source. apt.exe. I will share this file at end of the session via cloud link so that you will be able to work. Now we will take some examples. Zoom cloud meeting, Opera mini web browser. Okay, and now I am starting the execution of fingerprinting using open source utility. So dear participants, now I have opened my command prompt. This is my command prompt, and in my command prompt I will move to that folder where Android AAPT utility is available. Now I want to see some files. This is the utility AAPT. Some apps I have already downloaded for demonstration. This is another betting app, Nova Cash Club, Zoom Cloud Meetings, Dream 11. Now I want to see which permissions are associated with a particular app before installation of app. For example, I want to install this app, Nova Cash Club. Before installation of this app, I want to see whether it is secured or not. I want to see its permissions. AAPT D for dump or display. Permissions. Nova Cash Club. Enter. So you can see that using AAPT utility, free and open source, I'm able to analyze different permissions associated with this app. It means as soon as I will install this app in my phone, these permissions will be enabled automatically. And some of these permissions are very, very dangerous. So we'll see those dangerous permissions. Kill background processes. You might have seen many times there are some news reports that we are using anti-malware software in our mobile. Still malware is injected. We are using antivirus. Still virus is there in mobile. How it is possible? We are using antivirus, we are using anti-malware. Still virus is injected. Still your screenshots are taken by somebody else. Still your UPI pin is taken using this permission. It means if you are using some anti-malware, it will kill that malware first. It will kill that process first, and after that your screenshots can be broadcasted. Read write external storage, your SD card, your memory card, record audio. Okay, write settings, access course location. Your exact longitude and latitude can be identified. Nowadays, there are certain utilities, certain scripts using which your exact location can be identified. If you are aware with Android programming, then in few lines of code, you can easily identify what is location of that particular person. For example, I want to identify somebody's location. Okay, so there are multiple ways. One way is that we will use some app, or we will call that person using tower. We will identify by simply sending one SMS. You can identify anybody's location. As soon as that SMS will be delivered to that person, its acknowledgement will be back to the sender that at this location this SMS is delivered. Law enforcement agencies, cyber forensic experts, they use this activity, they use this mechanism. Okay, restart packages, you can see. In same way, I want to see some other for some other app, for example, APTD permissions of Zoom cloud meetings. So you can see how many permissions are associated with Zoom cloud meetings. Access Wi-Fi state, read contacts. It it will be able it will be able to access your complete phone book, complete contact list. Your writing on calendar, read write calendar. It means whatever reminders, whatever activities you have marked in your calendar, Zoom cloud meeting will be able to access as soon as you will install it. Another very dangerous permission, use fingerprint. Same fingerprints we use in net banking. Same fingerprint we use in mutual fund and stock trading apps. And same fingerprint can be accessed by Zoom Cloud Meeting and so many other apps. So you can see that how many permissions are associated. You might have seen initially around 3 years back when there was a big boom, huge prominence of Zoom Cloud Meeting. After some time, it was not allowed by government agencies. After that, we shifted to Google Meet or Cisco WebEx because there were so many debates that whether Zoom Cloud Meeting is safe or not. So almost every permission we have to enable. Okay, and some of the dangerous permissions use fingerprint and Bluetooth admin. It means any data, any file from your system can be sent by Bluetooth to another device. Is it visible and clear to all participants? Kindly confirm in chat window. Is this clear to all participants? Whatever we are discussing here. In same way, for some other app, for example, I want to see for permissions Google Play Music in this. So this is one parameter with only APTD utility. What is the size of this utility? You can see only 1.56 MB. Very lightweight utility. 1.56 MB utility, and you can fingerprint any app. Now another example we will see here. APTD. Previously we have written permissions. Now I will write resources. APTD resources, Zoom Cloud Meeting. Its script will be available. This is known as decompilation. I want to navigate its source code. This one is the panel. Which type of controls are used? What about that specific payload? APT. You want to go for its documentation. Okay, so XML tree configurations. If I want to see for configurations, CLS, I want to check all configurations associated with this. So you can see that APTD configurations of Zoom Cloud Meeting, for which devices, for which resolutions this particular app is available. These are resolutions. On which ports it will work. In which languages it is compatible. Different international languages. So APTD strings, APTD XML tree, XML strings, permissions, badging, badging. You can see that we are able to see internal details, supported screens, for which devices it is compatible, in which languages, foreign languages or regional languages, French, German, Japanese, Hindi, English, for which architectures, x86, x86 64, and along with that permissions. So this is known as decompilation process. Decompilation means without installation of app or before installation of app, we want to see its property. This can also be related with diagnosis, health diagnosis of app, health analysis of app, in which SDK this is developed, using which SDK it is developed. Strings, different strings, different encrypted segments associated with this app. Okay. So this is one part that is related to fingerprinting, and it is applicable. It can be executed using AAPTD utility. Okay. I will give this app, this software at the end of this session so that we will be able to explore. So you can see for which languages: China, France, Germany, Russia, US, for which languages, for which countries it is associated. So this is one way to check internal details associated with Android app, and any app you can use. You can download APK file of Google Play Store based activities, Google Pay, Phone Pay, or any app which you are using. Now, beyond this app, so many other platforms available. So this is dreamlam.g. I'm deleting it. So these screenshots I have given in this presentation also. You can see that these are the screenshots I have already taken, and how to work on these apps. So this is the platform Android AAPT. You can download and you can start working with it. So each and every screenshot I have already recorded in this presentation so that you will be able to work. Okay. Another tool, free and open source utility for Android fingerprinting, Android audit, that is Android APK tool, Linux as well as Windows compatible. Anywhere you can work out. If you are comfortable in Linux, Unix, you can use that command prompt, that console. If you want to work with Windows, in Windows also you will be able to work. So you can see that what is major modus operandi of this app: assembling and disassembling. APK tool can disassemble, it can decompile resources to original form. Original form means, for example, I'm having one app of one APK of phone pay, one of some app. I want to generate its base code. So that original code can be generated. And using these utilities, whether it is APK tool or Android AAPT, using these utilities also, cloning is done. For example, this is app, Opera Mini web browser. I want to create my own app. I want to create my web browser. So what we can do, or what people do, they simply go for fingerprinting. They simply go for reverse engineering, and after reverse engineering, source code will be available, and that source code we can change and again compile. After taking base code, modifications can be done in that code, and then we can generate another variant of that app. And one more thing we should be clear that, and reverse engineering is not only to create clone, it is not only for destructive purposes. Actually, reverse engineering should be used for constructive applications. By which way we can use reverse engineering for constructive applications for teaching and learning. For example, you are teaching Android programming to your students. Okay, nowadays Android programming, smartphone programming is integrated in many curriculum, in many syllabus. Okay, whether it is diploma or degree or certificate courses, many courses, Android programming is available. So using reverse engineering, we can teach our students how to write professional code, how to go for professional programming in Android. For example, you are teaching Android in your class to your students. You want to train them, you want to teach them by which way Google Pay coding is done, by which syntax, by which programming paradigm Phone Pay programming is done. So how it is possible, by which way we can teach our students about professional coding? We can give them source code of Google Pay. We can give them source code of Phone Pay or Paytm, and they can analyze by which way corporate world go for programming. Okay, so for example, this app, Opera Mini or Dream 11, if we want to create a bidding app or betting app, first of all, we have to see which type of programming is done in APK file of Dream 11. So we can decompile it. After decompilation, we will get complete source code of Dream 11 or Google Pay or Phone Pay or Zerodha. Then we can see, okay, this is the type of programming, this type of syntax is written by the experts. So we will also work in that direction. That is constructive purpose for teaching and learning. Destructive purpose, everybody knows that decompile, change something, and after that again compile, new app will be available. So how to use this APK tool? So you can download it. Its jar file is available. So you can see this is jar file. I'm opening it. This is APK tool. When you will click here, as soon as you will click here, APK tool dot jar file will be downloaded. This is jar file. If you want to work with Windows, if you are working in Windows operating system, bat file is also required. So this bat file you can download. So you can see in install in your laptop, in your system, Java should be available. So what we will do, simply apk tool.bat file and apk tool.jar. Okay, these two files only we need, bat and jar file. Simply download, very lightweight files. So you can see here this file is of 2 KB. This file is also lightweight, not so much space in GB, only 22 MB file. Now if we want to execute it, I want to generate code. So I will come to command prompt. This is my command prompt. I will go to that folder, that location, this apk-tool.jar and apk-tool.bat. For which APK file I want to generate code, I want to go for reverse engineering. This Opera Mini web browser. So what I will do, simply Java, jar. I want to run jar file. apk tool dot jar d and Opera Mini. Now you can see that it will start decompiling this app. This one, loading resource table. Very soon we will get a folder where complete code will be available related to Opera Mini. If I want to see by which way coding of Opera Mini is done, by which way coding of Google Pay is done, I can check. So in desktop, this folder will be available. You can see this is APK tool, and you can see this folder. It is automatically created, and this is Android manifest.xml file. This is resource, and other files are also getting created. So we are decompiling. So by this way, we will be able to analyze complete source code associated with the app. Okay, so you will see it. It is fetching complete details. Is it visible and clear to all participants? Kindly confirm. Is it visible to all of you what we are doing here? So very soon we will get its code. Complete code will be available with us. Okay, so you can see that dex file. Now I will go to that folder again. This one in APK tool, Opera Mini browser, and you can see this resource, this XML file. So you can see that this XML file, this is same XML file which is written by the programmer at the time of development of this app. So it is in plain syntax format, XML file. So vibrate, read contacts, okay, wake lock. So in straightforward format, I want to see which third-party apps are integrated. So you can see this is Facebook notification. It is also associated with, it is also linked with Facebook. And I want to see some API. So you can see that this API. So source code is available here in plain format. So if we are teaching this subject to our students, we can tell them to study this source code, by which way professional coding is done. So you can see that complete source code, apktool.yml. So this is source code, which version they have used. In same way, Kotlin, complete metadata. So you can see that complete source code is available. If I want to create a clone of this app, if I want to create another Opera, another web browser, then simply by changing this source code and recompiling, we will be able to get new code, new APK file. So that will be new variant. Okay. So you can see that simply if you want to go for decompilation of Zoom 11, that Dream 11 or any app, you can go for that. apktool.org. Cross platform, Windows, Linux, or Mac, anywhere, not only for Windows, and its complete documentation is available by which way you can work with it. Installation, detail associated with every file. If you want to read complete details about that script which is generated, that we can go for it. Okay, so you can explore it. apktool.org for assemble, disassemble, analyze, and reverse engineering. So in this presentation, I have given these links so that you will be able to explore. Now, dear participants, we will discuss about another segment that is related to fingerprinting of mobile phones. Fingerprinting of mobile phone and fingerprinting audit of app. These are two different things. Up to now, we have seen fingerprinting of APK file, reverse engineering of APK file. So we have seen how to generate source code from APK, how to analyze it. There is one more session of APK analysis that is on Friday. Okay, I will cover some more details about Android fingerprinting on that day. How to check whether your credit card is linked with that app or not. By which way you can see whether your APIs are connected or not. How to check APK files, whether it is saving your credit card information, your PIN or not. Okay, there is one more session related to this topic, so I will cover in that session about those sensitive parts. If we are giving PIN, if we are giving password or credit card details or net banking details in some app, whether that app is saving your data or not. Okay, that is also APK fingerprinting, APK audit. As far as device fingerprinting is concerned, there are certain cloud-based tools using which we can fingerprint, we can analyze any device remotely. Thousands of apps available. One platform I'm covering here for remote device fingerprinting. Grabify, IP Logger. For example, I want to check mobile phone details of any person. For example, some of participants in this session. Okay, I want to see which mobile you are using, how much battery is left in your mobile, from which location you are attending the session, which connection you are having, Geo, VI or BSNL. If we want to track any person remotely, there are certain utilities, and Grabify is one of that. So many other utilities available. Okay, so we will see that part. For example, so just for an example, I'm taking one. Okay, just for an example, I'm taking some image. You might have seen many times on WhatsApp, on mails, we get some images and images or some particular animations. For example, this image I want to send somebody. I want to broadcast this image. It may be a flower, some animation, some firecrackers, some birthday wish, some morning wishes, or anything else. I want to broadcast it, and but per, my purpose is to take remote data. So what I will do, so you can see that using third-party utilities, we can work on that scenario. IP logger. I will paste that URL and create code. I will share one link in chat window. Kindly click on that link. Just for demonstration, I will not take your personal data. It is not for taking your details. It is only for demonstration. IP logger is another utility that can be used. Link information, smart logger, and which domain. I want to change domain because if it will be Grabify, in that case it can be identified that somebody want to grab remote information. I want to give this one look, give this particular URL a different name so that there will be no doubt. Now I'm taking this screen share, okay, extension .png, okay. Now copy, close. Now, dear participants, I have sent one link in chat window. Click on this link. It is only for demonstration. No need to worry. Simply click on this link, and I want to show you some information related to to your devices. Simply click on that link I have shared in chat window, and you will see by which way information is logged remotely. So some participants have clicked, and I want to see. So this is information. So first information, you can see one device. So this is your IP address, which device you are using. So this is Win32. It means somebody has clicked from laptop. I want to see mobile phone details. If somebody have clicked by mobile phone, so Salem and Microsoft Edge Win32, Android 10. So you can see this is ISP. So you might be knowing better who clicked on this link. So this one. This is remote information logging, remote mobile fingerprinting, device fingerprinting. Android 10. I want to see who is this person from Hyderabad, and Chrome Android 10. 5 touch points, which, and you are having GPU also. Is this correct or not? Kindly confirm. Participants who are sending their details, who have clicked on these links, whether this information is correct or not. Kindly respond in chat window. Whatever information we are watching here, whether these are correct or not. In same way, for example, this one Windows NT Android 10. So you can see that these. So currently we are having so many participants. So, but if I want to target a single person, if I want to target only one person, it will be very easy for me from which location that person is operating mobile phone and which infrastructure they are having. Okay. And this one, this. What about your screen size? Windows 10, Tata Teleservices, which ISP, to which ISP you are connected, whether in your system you are using touch screen or not. It means it is looking like some laptop, without touch screen, Windows 10 operating system you are using. This is your ISP. And some more details also we can extract, not only these. This one, IP logger, so many other utilities available, so you can explore these, you can experiment these. And what is the purpose of covering this topic? In many news reports also you might have gone through that we should not click on any random link. Many times we get some links on WhatsApp, we get some links on Facebook and email, and we click on those links. But using those links, by clicking on those links, your personal details can be leaked out. Even your files and your images can be broadcasted. For example, there are some files, there are some images in your mobile phone. So using certain utilities, those images can be extracted, like your selfie, your family photographs, your snaps. These can also be extracted. So we should be very, very careful while clicking on some anonymous, some suspicious links. Thank you, sir. Thanks to all participants.